Hello, today I will be going through setting up a JDBC connection through Databricks using the IRI Workbench. So as you can see here, I'm actually inside a brand new build of the Workbench, and the first thing you're going to do to set up the JDBC connection is you're going to go ahead and go to the Data Source Explorer and click the little icon right here. Now you can actually see we have a new connection here called Azure Databricks. So we'll click that one and select next. Now here it's going to ask us for a driver. So we need to place in a JDBC driver to help connect. The version that you have to use is going to be version 3 or higher. The version I will be using will be 3.0.3. So what I'll do is I'll click this little button right here for a new driver definition. I'll go to the jar list. Oh, sorry, I got to select the name of the JDBC connection, the jar list. I'll remove this one and add. So now I'll just go to where my Databricks connection is. I'll click open and then we can click OK. We don't have to do anything in properties or anything else. So we'll just select OK. Now we have our database name here. We have our host information we have to place in, our port, our HTTP path, and our password token. So I'll go ahead and place those in real quick and go from there. All right, so as you can see, we actually have our ping succeeded here, which is just done through this test connection. And once we're finished with this, we can just select OK and then finish. Then once we select those buttons, the reason I didn't show it is because my password was in plain text there. The new connection information will be down here. So as you can see here, we're actually connected to our Databricks, which we can then load up the different catalogs and the other bits of information that's there. Now, that's pretty much the way to set up your JDBC connection, but we can go through setting up the ODBC connection if you're unsure, and the ODBC connection is needed for co-sort or sort.cl. So what I'll do is I'll go over to our IRI icon, we'll drop down, and IRI preferences. Then we'll do the drop down again in IRI, and we'll go to the connection registry and database connection. Now, one thing you need to be wary of is this default bit version. So if you are on a 64-bit or the connection information is for a 64-bit, but it says 32 here, what you have to do is you just have to drop down, select the correct bit, and then click refresh. And as you can see here, my ODBC connection information has actually changed. So what I've done off screen is I went into my ODBC panel, so I'll just show you really quick. So ODBC Data Source Administrator 64-bit, and I have set up a user DSN called Databricks. So I've already added all my information here that I need in order to actually connect to the database via ODBC, and I have confirmed using the test connection inside that I can connect. For the ODBC connection information, I do want to point out that I'll go ahead and open up the Databricks and point out some of the information that should be populated here. So for the Spark server type, it's going to be 1.1 and later. Host, you just add your host name here, your port here, your database here. And then the mechanism is going to be this OAuth 2.0 because it's going to be using the token and password. So with that, we will go into the OAuth options, and you can see this authentication is going to ask for the token. Then you just pass in your access token here. It does not use the extra semicolon at the end, so just to keep in mind. After you do the OAuth options, the thrift transport will be HTTP. So we'll go into the HTTP options, and you can see we're adding our HTTP path right here. And in SSL options, we need to make sure Enable SSL is selected. Other than that, nothing else is really clicked here. Other than in advanced options, these three are just automatically selected by default. So now I'll head back into the IRI Workbench, and I will double click my Databricks connection. And then here it's going to or ask us, I'm sorry, for an authentication. So we'll just click this add username and password to connection string. And same thing, I'm just going to go ahead and add the username and password, which should be token for the username. And then the password I'll add super quickly. And this one is actually grayed out for us here, so you won't be able to see it. And then you can choose to encrypt or not encrypt if you'd like. This is just for making the sortcl scripts. And those sortcl scripts could potentially contain the plain text password if you do not choose to encrypt it, but that's up to you. Now we'll select our connection profile, and as you can see here, we have our new Azure Databricks here. We'll click it, we'll select OK, and now we'll actually see a green little check mark here saying everything was authenticated, but we also have to click the active button over here. So let's select apply and close. And just like that, we have now linked this JDBC connection to our ODBC connection, and now we'll be able to successfully make sortcl scripts. And that has been setting up the Azure Databricks connection in the IRI Workbench.